Hi Gemini, welcome to your November 2018 Tarot and Astrology reading. First and foremost, thank you for all your likes and subscriptions. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do. I'm doing monthly and mid-monthly readings. The November readings are a little bit late at the moment, but apologies for that. So Gemini, a lot of this month is to do, as you know, with Scorpio season. We're all aware of a Scorpio or two in our lives. And during Scorpio season for you guys, it really puts this productivity to its highest, and you are feeling more energetic at the start of the month. It's going to be a new moon in Scorpio, which rules your work sector on the 7th. It's a fresh start. It's a fresh perspective on your work life, your work relationships, what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. And interestingly, the sun is connecting with Neptune. Yes, moving forward in work, moving forward with new beginnings and following your dreams, following your daydreams. So when Neptune and the Sun connect on the 6th and then the new moon is on the 7th, it is really a new start. And it's going to be like a breath of fresh air in terms of your day-to-day living. So what do you want to do to shake up your day-to-day life? Because the smaller changes that you make are going to have the biggest impact this month. Mercury is going to go retrograde on the 16th, as we know that's your ruler. And it's retrograding in Sagittarius, which for you is partnerships. It is your romantic relationships. It is your contracts. And retrograding there can cause some, well, you know, the old hee-ha with Mercury retrograde does bring people back from the past. It can bring around old contracts and old arrangements as well in your day-to-day life. You may just get a little sense of deja vu. Now, Mercury goes retrograde quite a lot during the year, so it may be bringing something back around that you felt was a missed opportunity. Something positive, particularly as Jupiter is moving into the same sign on the 8th, Sagittarius. Jupiter being the planet of luck, the planet of expansion. This looks a lot to me like Jupiter toasting its arrival, or you toasting its arrival, Gemini. Positivity for the next year, to have it in your partnership sector is going to be particularly exciting and particularly fun. It's really what you can get to maximize your relationships. Having luck in that sector. And who doesn't want to be lucky in their relationships? Because they're a very main focus of our lives. Now, Ace of Wands, Temperance, 10 of Pentacles. Challenging you is the 3 of Pentacles, and the outcome is the 2 of Pentacles. So we've got a lot of money, Gemini. And the Ace of Swords is underneath. Okay. So as you know, Gemini, and as we all know the basics, retrograde periods, we still have Venus retrograding in Libra for the first 16 days of the month and Mercury taking over and retrograding on the 16th in Sagittarius. So while Venus retrograde may be affecting your love sector, Mercury retrograde is going to affect your partnership sector. So that seems a little bit like a double whammy, don't you think? And yet, the cards to me are saying that you are going to be given options rather than deductions. So these retrogrades aren't here to take away, they're actually here to offer new beginnings or new perspectives. The challenge here with the 3 of Pentacles is getting things off the ground. And the positive with the 10 of Pentacles in the assistive position means that closing deals, closing arrangements, closure and getting fruition out of those things which end this month are actually going to result in more financial gain, material gain, and possibly emotional gain. But it's looking very materialistic at the moment, Gemini. It's looking very much like your financial situation is improving tremendously. So, I mean, I believe with the Scorpio new moon, there is a north node aspect in Cancer, which would be your financial situation. So this Scorpio new moon is actually a great time to set your intentions for what you want money-wise, okay? Of course, it is your day-to-day routine as well. Sixth house energy is quite, I guess, mundane to some people, but it is very much what we do in our day-to-day lives. As I say, the little changes are going to be impacting you in massive ways. The little things you do, the little seeds you plant, the little spark was going to result in 10 of Pentacles energy. And it's giving you options. Even Temperance and the 2 of Pentacles cast a strikingly similar picture, the balancing between two different elements. And I see the cup of Temperance which contains water and that which contains fire. And it's the interesting relationship we have between passion and emotion seems to be coming to the fore for you guys. And obviously the duality of the Gemini personality is resulting in some very interesting perspectives that may not always agree. So you may be in two minds about a situation this month, Gemini, but you have the new beginning aspect and the closure aspect. So a brand new idea or closing something completely seems to be the theme. It seems to be the middle part that's the problem. This month seems to be all about endings and beginnings at either end of the spectrum, but not necessarily in the middle, because the Three of Pentacles, as I say, is the challenge, which is the initial beginning and the initial footsteps we take on a journey, not the idea, okay? So in actuality, Gemini, this is going to be quite a big month, I think. Ooh. I love that the Ten of Pentacles is in your positive position because it just gives this real abundant glow over your reading. It gives this real lovely, the idea of abundance and fruition and everything seems to be incredibly positive for you guys. Now we have the King of Swords, which is of course your energy. You are a King of Swords person. Can be Aquarius and Libra as well. Ooh, the Death card. Big transitions here. Oh, King of Cups is in the positive position. Apologies, I nearly put him in the challenge. Challenge is the Devil. And the outcome is the Six of Wands. Wow, I love a good victory. That's a nice little victory dance there, actually. And the Magician. Yes. Manifesting all sorts, Gemini. You are working hard. What is that expression with the Devil? The Devil works hard, but somebody works harder. Just looking at the Devil here and thinking, the Devil works hard, but you work harder, Gemini. That's what this looks like too. The aspect of the Devil here, the inner demons, the inner voice of doubt seems to be your only nemesis this month. And that's a pretty good thing. And it's just the voice, you know, the little voice inside your head which tells you what you cannot do seems to be the only problem that you're encountering. And you seem to be sidestepping it anyway. With the Six of Wands is the victory. I'm thinking, Gemini, you're really onto something with an idea. The Ace of Wands and the Magician is all about getting that idea and starting to set the wheels in motion. Yes, maybe with the Three of Pentacles, it's the teething problems of a project or a relationship which seems to be the most difficult. I'm seeing with the King of Cups, some of you are dealing with a water sign, could be a Scorpio, Cancer, or a Pisces person. In particular, Scorpio, because the Death card is gracing the middle of the reading, which means that a relationship is taking a transitional phase. I think for a lot of you, you seem to be moving forward from, you know, the beginning of a relationship to something more committed, and it actually seems to be occurring quite quickly. So there's a concern here, Gemini, that you may be rushing into something quite swiftly. I see a relationship beginning and really gaining momentum quite quickly, you know, very quickly, to the point where you're, you know, very speedily moving in together or becoming an item, totally committed type of relationship. The Ten of Pentacles and the King of Cups seems that way to me, doesn't it? It looks like a commitment with a person, with a King of Cups person, with somebody who's romantically involved with you, someone who's emotional. Could be a partnership with the King of Cups. As I say, you're very productive. You're really wanting to get things done and see results. But in rushing this attraction or this project, you may be seeing, you know, you may be overlooking certain aspects of it. But that doesn't seem to be bothering you this month, Gemini. You seem to be in your zone and you seem to be moving forward. I do think with the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Wands, you have to assess the risk of a victory. There's some risk attached to this. With the Devil challenging you, the Devil is in the details. So make sure you're not overlooking important things. Actually, with Mercury going retrograde in your partnership sector, make sure that you're not overlooking contracts. It's not the ideal time to sign a contract, is the honest advice. But if you are renewing a contract or you are, you know, signing in the dotted line, or you're making an investment of any kind, whether it be material or emotional, make sure you're not overlooking the little things. Especially, as I say, if it is a partnership. Romantically speaking, Venus is retrograding still for the first 16 days in your romantic sector, that fifth house energy. You know, where the ex that was oh so much fun but wasn't necessarily long-term potential suddenly comes back and says they want something, and you have to assess whether or not the risk outweighs the benefit. It's kind of what I'm seeing here, Gemini. Ooh, it very well might. Four of Wands, it very well might be a good idea. Oh no, I just know some people in the comments are gonna say never, and that's fine. You know, you know what's best for you. You know what's best for you. You don't have to. If somebody comes back wanting your attention, you don't have to give it. You know what I mean? You know best. So let's see. Ooh, the Hanging Man. Somebody really could. Something was delayed. Something left you hanging. Something was absolutely talked about and then taken away. Is the vibe that I'm sort of getting here. Seven of Pentacles. Oh, the Star. Nice. Challenge is the Six of Pentacles. So no handouts. And the Four of Pentacles. Okie dokie. And the Eight of Swords. There's something very special about this King of Cups. For some of you, this could be a new romantic opportunity. As I said, with Venus retrograde, it's not recommended, but I mean, we meet who we meet. There seems to be something very solid about this King of Cups character. King of Cups can sometimes not be so solid. And with the Star card here, there's a touch of fate about this relationship. It's like somebody comes in where there's this star-like quality. You think they're just so special, or they think you're so special. And there's a very excited butterfly type feeling when you think of this person. Yet the Ten of Pentacles seems to give it something a bit more concrete. And I think you really want to hold on to this person, but for a lot of the signs, and I don't know if it's Venus retrograding, but for a lot of the signs, people haven't been so, you know, understandably, they've not been so excited about jumping headfirst into relationships, because there does seem to be an extent where maybe you're rushing a decision, maybe you're rushing moving into a relationship or moving into a project or a business or a job, and you go straight in all guns blazing and then you withhold. You know, you get the first sign of victory and then you withhold a little bit. There's a very strong sense of protecting yourself from potential losses. So it's like you have this ambition, this excitement surrounding a person, surrounding a job, surrounding an idea or a project. You have this initial Ace of Wands moment. And then there's this kind of Hanging Man, Four of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, withdraw moment where you sort of go in and reassess whether or not this could actually be working. I do think for many of you, you could be dealing as well with a Capricorn person where there has been some issues with give and take. Maybe you've been involved with somebody with the Devil card here who has quite possibly been taking from you to a very extreme level with the Devil. I nearly called him the dentist for some reason. I wonder maybe are some of you dealing with like teething problems, because the dentist just came right to my mouth there. And I feel with Death and Temperance, you're getting some sort of closure and clarity from a situation which has been long draining you. The Devil card's a very draining energy, and the Hanging Man suggests that you've been waiting for things to change, and then Death card, that withdraw feeling when you withdraw emotionally from a situation because you have to, and then Temperance offers you that healing. The Devil still seems to be lingering a little bit, so you do feel that sense of pressure and that sense of dis-ease with somebody. Although I feel like there's two distinct relationships for the Gemini people here, and I think if you're dealing with an Aquarius or a water sign, as I say, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, there seems to be this hope attached to the situation, which is fruitful. You know, it's not unjustified to have hope in that situation from what I can see. I do see a victory for you as well, and it's a victory that you're going to hold on to for dear life with the Four of Pentacles here. And there's a need, I think, Gemini, with the Six of Wands and the Four of Pentacles, not to quit while you're ahead in this scenario. With the retrograde period, yes, it's the same repetitive thread. It's been the same story for a few months with retrogrades. You know, don't rush into things. Don't start new things. And when you think about it, with all the retrogrades that have been going on for as long as they have, if you didn't start anything, or you didn't attempt anything, or you didn't try anything, what would happen? Not a lot. There is no need to withdraw completely, as I say, even though new relationships, etc., no, they're not given the best reputation under these placements, but you can still have your victories, you can still have your moments. Yes, you have to be a bit more methodical about it and a bit more logical and put a bit more attention into the detail, which you're going to be doing with Sixth House energy. Scorpio energy is great for Geminis to notice the little things, to pay attention to the details. So although that's coming up as a challenge of complete faith that you'll be getting that idea and really reassessing it and assessing it again. But there's just something, I'm drawn to these cards for Gemini. They're just so much more exciting. There just seems to be this something special about this King of Cups person. Almost a bit with the star, like you were maybe destined to meet this person and you maybe have to weigh up the pros and cons of the relationship, but you get a success out of it. Something seems to be sparking out of this month for you that I think is going to have a long-lasting impact. There's the 6th house energy can sound a bit mundane, and the retrograde energy as well can sound a bit mundane. But there's something grows out of this month for you, Gemini. Something grows that actually has a longer lasting impact. It's one of those months, I think, where you will look back and say, that's where this happened. But I couldn't see it specifically. You remember, this is when this happened. It's one of those dates you look back on. White Tara, sensitivity. You're becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. And Rhiannon, sorceress. You're a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. We'll do one more. True love. Wow. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. Now, I did say there's something very magical about this fella. King of Cups energy. And I'm guessing from the cards, Gemini, that they're very, very drawn to you. They think you're a magnet. They think you're really exciting. They think you're really special. And rightly so. So here we have you being a sorceress and you choosing what fits you emotionally. You're being sensitive to things. You're picking up on details. You're picking up on the subtleties of a situation. And then true love. Some of you are definitely meeting true love this month. And as I say, I think this is the month you will look back on and realize that something special started. Something special starts this month. Even if it's retrograde period. Even if, it seems a little bit like nothing's moving at times. I think something is moving, something's stirring. And with Jupiter in your partnership sector, Gemini, I wouldn't be surprised if true love came to you regardless of whether something was retrograde or not. You know what I mean? I think there's something very special beginning here, and I think you should be very excited about it, Gemini. It's going to be one of those months. You might not notice at the time, but I think you look back on it and think, wow, that was when that happened. So I hope you enjoyed that reading, Gemini, and I will see you in mid-November. Take care. Bye-bye.